White, blue, or sparkly?
I'm not sure there's ever a good reason to actually measure out this much ketchup. Did you really tear off a needle and stick it up your nose? Good morning! It's not morning. It usually isn't on a Saturday.
Hey, it's almost morning. It's close to morning.
It would only be morning if it was AM instead of PM. So we're getting ready to do all of our shopping for Thanksgiving and the week ahead. And
well, kind of Thanksgiving.
We do a different Thanksgiving tradition than probably most people because our family doesn't usually get a chance to get together in the middle of the week. It just doesn't ever work out. So on Thanksgiving Day, we typically do a pot of chili. Pretty non-traditional, but we don't even use turkey chili. We use just ground beef.
Ground beef, thank you.
Oh, it's not on our list yet. So for the past probably more than 10 years, because longer than Lauren's even been born, doing a pot of chili is just what we decided to do on Thanksgiving because it's a meal that you can prepare sort of ahead of time in the day, doesn't take a lot of work, and is ready when you are.
It takes zero effort.
Yeah.
You just throw it all in the pot and leave it alone.
And with the Instant Pot, we don't even have to start it early in the day because normally you
have to get up and fool with it
because you want the beans to be soft. But the pressure cooker makes it so that they're soft whenever. Yep.
We also do the traditional Thanksgiving dinner just on a weekend around Thanksgiving. So I think it'll be next weekend is when we're doing that.
Oh, it's not Saturday coming?
Yes, next weekend.
I don't know when anything happens.
Saturday coming is this next weekend. Yeah. Not this weekend, not today. Next weekend.
Semantics are hard.
It's okay.
Did you enjoy your lunch, Olivia? So, tell me again what you think our state spider is.
The werewolf spider.
Yeah, not exactly. Hey, Lauren, did you know the state spider was the werewolf spider?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
The wolf spider, not the werewolf spider?
I knew there was something was wrong with it.
I hope so. Man.
Oh. All right, so lunch was really good. We're going to head over. We got a bunch of stuff we got to do this afternoon because we're getting not only groceries, but we're picking up just some supply stuff. Where are we going to next? Walmart?
Walmart, because we're in the parking lot for Walmart.
I guess that would make sense. Meh.
So, we let the kids have a tree in their bedroom. The girls already have one. And this is going to be Luke's first year to get a tree in his room. What color do you want? White, blue, or sparkly?
Blue.
Blue? Okay, you can have a blue tree in your room.
It's very pretty.
So this will be your tree in your room Christmas time. Okay?
They already have lights.
Yep. Every single time?
Yep. It's like a stress ball. Smell it.
No.
It smells bad?
No, I just don't want to be sniffing pine cones.
It smells like cinnamon.
Does it smell sharp? One of these things is not like the others.
I'm going to take a deep breath to fill my lungs with the smell.
I don't know that I could resist the temptation to not put bats on my house in the middle of Christmas. We could do Santa Claus on Halloween and bats on Christmas.
Let's check out.
How's it that busy in there?
I don't know. I didn't like it though.
No, it's like I can't see anything but cars no matter where I look. It's packed.
They have different flavors.
Yeah? Is that good?
There's nothing in it I can't have.
Good. That's one way to reuse the trash. I still think that's kind of cool. So we stopped by a hardware store, picked up a couple things we needed, like some vacuum bags, and now back to this place again. I forgot how heavy this stuff is. So
Now when your arm doesn't work.
yeah, I didn't realize they were that heavy.
Yeah.
Well, we finished up our shopping at Walmart and headed on home. I've still got to go over to Food Line to pick up a few last things, but it was to the point where we needed to come home and actually start that red chicken stew that we wanted to make yesterday, and it got too late to do. So I've got some really good looking lemon pepper chicken baking up in there. and some celery and onions I'm getting ready to chop up. And then other than some seasoning liquids and flavoring stuff, that's kind of the core of it. This is one of those recipes, there's like 3,000 variations on it. Everybody does it a different way. I've seen it with potatoes in it, I've seen it with dumplings, I've seen it with egg. People just add all sorts of stuff, but the core ingredient is that it's chicken, usually onion, sometimes celery, we like celery, and a tomato product. We like ketchup, I've seen tomato soup, I've just seen tomato sauce. We like the ketchup because it adds a little bit of sweetness that balances the hot sauce that we also put in it. So I don't really have a recipe that I'm working on. I'm not sure that we had one single recipe anyway. We had an old church cookbook that I think had at least 6 or 7 distinct recipes for it, and we just sort of pick and choose between it. Since it's really just about the combination of flavors, basically everything is to taste. So it was somewhere, about like that much onion and celery. I'm going to sweat that down real soft, get it kind of sauteed, a little bit of brown on the edges, then we'll add a bunch of chicken broth, some Worcestershire, some hot sauce, the chicken, and ketchup. Forgot about the ketchup, like 2 cups of it. It's crazy. Feels wrong putting it in there. Turns out pretty good though. Probably throw it in the Instant Pot, just enough to get it up real high. It's not going to cook very long because basically everything going into it is already cooked. And then it'll sit while I go to the grocery store. We'll get back, make some rice, throw it all together. Sounds like dinner. Yeah, definitely getting there. That looks great too. So I'm just shredding up the chicken with 2 forks like that. This is just one of the chicken breasts. I've got 3 more I'm going to do the same thing with. And this is going to get transferred right in there, just like that. That is all 4 breasts shredded up. If you're feeling really industrious, pull out your KitchenAid, throw the chicken in there and use the paddle mixer. Shreds the whole thing really quick, but I didn't have room to do it right now. Plus, sometimes it's fun to just, shred up the chicken by hand. So with that shredded and all tossed together, it's time to put all this stuff in the Instant Pot, add in the liquids, let it cook. I'm counting ketchup as a liquid. So now honestly, just this by itself would probably be a pretty good chicken stew. But adding all the other stuff is really what makes the difference. The secret ingredients. You could probably leave the hot sauce out, but I think it needs it in there. I'm not sure there's ever a good reason to actually measure out this much ketchup other than making this recipe. Because, yeah, that just doesn't feel right. But it is. It's very right. Looks red to me. Is it red enough, Lauren? Mm-hmm. You excited for red chicken stew?
Yes.
You're so excited.
I am.
Jumping up and down.
Yep.
Can I get a smile out of you?
I'm jumping.
Oh, well.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. All right, so I got my Instant Pot set for 20 minutes, which again, it doesn't probably need that long to cook, but that'll give it time to get up to pressure and for us to get to the store and get back, and hopefully it'll all be done in that time. I also started a thing of rice because traditionally you serve this over rice and just kind of eat it as a ricey stew, which is really how our family prefers it. We also like to drift out of focus like that for no apparent reason. Anyway, me and Lauren are going to run to the store to finish our grocery shopping, and hopefully by the time we get back, it'll be ready to eat. Food oh, hey, Christmas trees. And forget about the lion.
I was wanting to go here.
You just wanted to smell the Christmas trees, didn't you?
Yep.
Go on.
I'm so excited. They're especially strong right now.
That's because they're fresh cut.
It smells so good. I wish I could just take some and put it.
No, don't break the tree off. Come on, we gotta get groceries. Did you really tear off a needle and stick it up your nose?
I'm not gonna stick it in my nose.
They used to keep handfuls of needles and stick them in their sock drawer just so they could smell them all year long. Banana. Let's see if it works this time. Wow. Wow. No. Yeah. I gotta remember which of these didn't have the cornstarch in it. I think it was this one. Because I normally get that, and that has it. She doesn't believe me, so she has to check too. What are cowboy beans? And Southwest beans. Cheese. Oh, well that's helpful.
I have a lot of people coming.
Yep. Do you need to smell the trees one last time before we go? What? Did you really put the needle back on the tree?
At the exact same point, I plucked it too.
Hey, we timed that pretty good. Alright, so it's been done cooking for 3 minutes. My rice is finished cooking back there. I put the groceries up. Luke's gonna hit me with the fridge. What are you doing, buddy?
I'm getting my
No, we're gonna be eating dinner soon. You don't need a cheese stick. Anyway, I'll get all that stuff put away, and then we'll start serving dinner. Worked out pretty good. Man, I sure figured after 30 minutes that pin would drop back there. Oh well, I guess we're gonna have to open it manually. Yep, that is a good looking red chicken stew. Lots of veggies in there, lots of chicken. All we need now is the rice. Some of us like it with the rice already mixed in, and others like to add it 1 spoon at a time. The really funny thing is, even with all that ketchup I added, it probably could have used a little bit more. I don't think you want to add it afterwards, though. I think it really needs to cook into it, because it's really mostly the sweetness of the ketchup that you taste and not the ketchup you taste. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but yeah, it's really good. Did you like your fun dip? Let me see your finger. Sweetie, you know you're supposed to eat fun dip with the stick that comes with it.
I know, but the stick's really good.
But now your finger is stained green. What about your tongue? That's not too bad. But that hand, though.
It looks like my hand
goodness.
is sick.
So the stew turned out really good. I think everybody ended up having at least 2 bowls of it. But we do still have enough left over for dinner tomorrow night, though we'll have to make a new pot of rice. That was actually the first time that I had made that particular dish. I've watched Lisa make it a couple of times, and I knew the basic procedure, but I hadn't actually ever done it myself, so I was really glad that it turned out that good. I wasn't exactly sure about some of the measurements for the Worcestershire and the hot sauce, but I got it right. Well, today's shout out of the day goes to Tina Clark. She says, yes, we had to file a police report. They stole $2,500 of our vacation money. Our bank paid us back, but that was very upsetting, knowing somebody stole from us. I'm glad y'all caught it early. And thanks, Lisa. I turned on 2FA. Thanks, Tina. Yeah, that's definitely upsetting. I know we're still pretty upset about the whole thing, too. But I'm glad you were able to get with your bank and get the money back. There's just nothing good in any of it. And as for the 2FA thing, yeah, I turn that on anywhere that I can. It's certainly not some sort of magic bullet that's going to stop everything, but it's a really good second layer of defense. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thanks for joining us today. Good night.